State Controller has now made it official, finding the same thing that we revealed last year in a You Paid For It investigation. Apparent per diem abuse committed by Assemblymember William Boyland Jr. of Brooklyn. Per diems are the $165 a day an out-of-town lawmaker is entitled to for meals and lodging while here in Albany. The Controller investigated at the request of Albany County DA David Soares after we brought evidence of the abuse to Soares' attention. As you are about to see, Mr. Boyland is a man of many per diems, but few words. After I revealed major discrepancies between William Boyland's assembly attendance records and his submissions for Albany per diems, absent for 20 days in 2011, putting in for per diems on 14 of those days, I went to him for some answers. Here's what he said last year at this time. Any idea, though, how this could have happened all these days? That, you know, just off the top of your head?
I don't have a clue as to what you are speaking to. I saw your report. The report made no sense to me, but once I have an opportunity to look at everything, I'll give you a ring and we'll talk about it.
He has since seen the records, but he hasn't seen me as promised.
The last time I spoke to the assemblyman, he had talked about trying to do a sit-down interview.
Despite repeated trips to his office and requests for interviews, nothing. Here are the Controller's findings that he doesn't want to talk about. It's what I found and more. Over the course of 5 years, $67,497 worth of per diem and mileage expenses that don't add up. For most of that, the Controller says evidence indicates Boyland was not where he said he was.
Certainly, our audit found some significant lapses in how the per diems were handled.
So this past week, I tracked down Mr. Boyland in the halls of the Legislative Office Building. It was a one-sided conversation.
The Controller's now found the same thing that we found about your per diems, that you put in for a lot of Albany per diems when you weren't here. How do you explain that?
No comment.
You don't want to say something to the taxpayers of the state?
Wow, God, are we doing this again? No comment.
Well, you said before you would comment, sir. Do you want to repay the money to the taxpayers, the $67,000? You don't think we deserve an explanation? Is there a time you'd want to say something?
The Controller checked attendance records as I did, but also checked the activity on Boyland's employee ID swipe card, his Easy Pass, and bank ATM records. All showed plenty of evidence to contradict the expenses Boyland was claiming.
I think elected officials should always set the best possible example.
The Controller wants the money back and will dock Boyland's future per diem submissions, but now the legal questions intensify. If Boyland signed an official document with false information, that's a felony. It would be up to Albany County DA David Soares to prosecute.
That's a matter under continued investigation between my office and the District Attorney's office, so stay tuned.
William Boyland still faces federal corruption charges, and the Controller found, just like we did months earlier, that on some days Boyland claimed to be here in Albany. He was actually in federal court or in the New York City area somewhere, allegedly talking to federal undercover agents about taking bribes. And we are not done with Mr. Boyland. Tomorrow night, we'll tell you what's next. And I've learned something else while pouring through Assembly records. I'll tell you why even when he is here, it seems like he is not here.